The biggest gold rush in human history is happening right now in front of our eyes. 4 out of the top 5 companies in the world have created over $7.6 trillion using this scarce resource. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how to get rich and bankrupt your competition using it. So if you're running stodgy VSL, then you are murdering your money, taking your best performing organic content. If you have a look at my new VSL, what it is that they're gonna get from your content has gone up so substantially. They say time is money, but this is a lie because money is much cheaper than time. Time you can never get back, and money you can always make more of. That's why what you choose to spend your time on is everything. And that's why attention is the most valuable currency in the world. But the market for attention has completely shifted. TikTok has ruined your market's attention span by literally giving them black tar heroin and digital cocaine. It is the most advanced auto-suggestion algorithm that exists, and it has got everybody chasing their tails. It's why Instagram launched Reels. It's why YouTube launched Shorts. Everyone is trying to play catch up because they've been losing watch time to TikTok. Video first, autoplay, caption, built-in AI voices, trending music, and visual effects. And this has just raised the standard of what people expect. People no longer want to watch videos online that don't hijack their attention using trending music and all of these features when they can just go to TikTok and it does. So to fix that, here is my 3-step system for crippling the competition with attention. Step number 1, giving your market crack. As a marketer, you have to step your game up because the attention spans of your market are dwindling and their expectations of what it is that they're gonna get from your content has gone up so substantially that unless you do, your scroll to hover time ratio on your ads is gonna go down, your watch time is gonna go down, your CTR is gonna go down, and as a result, your overall ROAS of all your campaigns are gonna go to hell in a handbasket. Most advertisers, they are getting absolutely smacked over the head right now because they're running old creatives that used to work 5 years ago when TikTok wasn't really a thing. And unless you shift to where the expectations of your market has gone in terms of attention and retaining that attention, then the future doesn't really look bright for you. And to validate this, it's just one of the reasons why the best performing types of ad creative right now is taking your best performing organic content from TikTok and then just running it on Meta and running it as Facebook and Instagram ads. These are the things that are absolutely crushing it. But it's not just ads, which brings us to step number 2, which is you need a Netflix funnel. There is an abundance of information and a scarcity for attention. There are 3.7 million new videos uploaded to YouTube every day. 1 billion videos are viewed daily on TikTok, and there are 252,000 new websites created every single day. So if you're running stodgy VSLs and book a call funnels or white papers and free reports, then you are murdering your money. The content in your funnel has to be fast, quick, and engaging, and it's gotta entertain. So much so that I was watching this Gen Z on TikTok the other day, and they were talking about this thing called the millennial pause, and they were making fun of my generation of millennials by saying that the way to know if it's a millennial behind the camera or not is that they have this thing where it's a pause. They pick up their phone, they press record, and then they wait for a second, and then they record. Just that little distinction of cutting out those 1 to 2 seconds is something that can just hook somebody's attention, and it's why Gen Zs understand these platforms better than anybody else. Not only have they grown up in them, but they hyper-analyze people's attention spans and what causes their videos to go viral and what doesn't. But it's not just organic content on TikTok. You've got the Mr. Beast of content happening all over the internet, where you have a team of retention analysts looking at when people click off, what's making them click off, and then not repeating those same things in future videos. And that is the market that you're competing in with your VSLs, with your ads, and with your funnels. Because your ads and funnels can't just tickle your prospects' attention. It needs to flood their brain with dopamine. And I'm not just sitting here and saying that my own stuff is perfect. I am always trying to outdo myself. I take pride in knowing that the Subry today would kick the Subry's ass from 1 year ago, from 2 years ago, and 5 years ago. That guy would have no chance competing with this guy. And so on July 6, 2021, I launched a new VSL, and I thought it was great. Now when I watch this thing, it is incredibly painful. It's what I call homos, this thick substance that's just hard to get through. I'm talking so slow, the cuts are so slow. If you have a look at my new VSL that I just launched, it is day and night. Let me just play a couple of seconds from both of them so you can see the difference yourself. No back and forth, no trying to coordinate suitable times. It's all super streamlined and super. This is the most famous donut shop in the world. And today, I'm gonna show you what it has to do with skyrocketing your ROAS, doubling AOVs, and profitably scaling ad accounts from 5K to 10K to even 100K per day. But what about the results? Well, this thing is going completely batshit crazy and it is pulling its head off. And the difference is in the numbers. A 235% increase in engagement rate from the old VSL to the new VSL. And this VSL is long. You see, people don't have short attention spans. What they do have is short consideration spans. The most popular podcast in the world is Joe Rogan's, and those episodes go for more than 3 hours. People binge watch 20 hours of Suits on Netflix, and they fall down rabbit holes for hours at a time. But the key is that you gotta grab them. It's gotta be a big, bold promise. You gotta have great hooks, and it's gotta entertain and delight your viewers. Otherwise, they're gonna click off and do something that's infinitely more entertaining than whatever it is that you're talking about. But they must be hooked. You must grab them, pull them in, and entertain them. Okay, this brings us to step number 3, which is organic orchards. We've all heard the saying that people buy off people who they know, like, and trust. And that's exactly what organic orchards is about. It's about putting out niche specific content that answers specific problems that your prospects have in advance of them ever thinking that they want to do business with you. Because a phenomenon that I've observed is that people are now more than ever doing what's called the Google sniff test or the YouTube sniff test. And that's where they'll see one of your ads, they might read some of your sales message, they might even watch your VSL. They're gonna see, is this person legit? And if they Google you and there's nothing online about you, if your Facebook page has no posts at all on there, they're gonna get a little bit suspicious. And that's because people's skepticism meter is absolutely sky high. The barriers to entry for these freaking gurus to get online and start selling courses and giving advice, or these people on TikTok just talking like that they know it all, is zero. It's just a phone, right? And then they're out there and they're putting out content. There's so many people putting out so much crappy content that doesn't work that people are getting even more and more skeptical. So before taking whatever the desired action that you ask people to take in your funnel, in your ads, they're gonna go back and they're gonna say, let me just check if this person's actually legit. And that's where they start to look at videos that you put out, suss out your reviews, read your long form copy, and actually really get a feel for what it is that you're doing. And if you don't have any organic content out there at all, you can't even have that conversation because you aren't putting out content. I didn't put out any YouTube content at all until I was doing well over $10 million a year in revenue. But however, the game has changed. When I got started, there wasn't so many gurus online flipping courses. There wasn't TikTok. The skepticism was nowhere near as high as it is today. So when it comes to farming in organic orchards, the best thing to do is, instead of jumping on the content treadmill and trying to put out a video every single week, what you want to do is you want to think about the core pillars in your marketplace. Like, what are those big problems? It might be you're in the fitness niche. One of them is going to be exercise. One of them is going to be nutrition. One of them is going to be sleep. One of them is going to be recovery. And looking at all of those things and go, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out 3 pieces of content on each pillar. And I'm going to call these flagship pieces of content. And they're going to be evergreen. It's not going to be vlogging. It's not going to be something that's going to change very quickly. And I'm going to put a disproportionate amount of effort in putting out that content. So when somebody does do the YouTube sniff test, they can go on there and there's a good piece of content for me to provide some further value to that person in advance. Now, I used to do this using something called the magic lantern technique, where I had all of these videos sitting behind the curtain in my funnel. The only difference that I would do today is to simply take that content and then simply to upload it onto YouTube and to also have it as a part of my funnel. But some mindset shifts that are really important when you start to grow this organic orchard is that the day that you plant the seed is not the day that you eat the fruit. This is not gonna be some short-term feedback loop where you put out content and immediately you're gonna start getting goodwill and sales and people are gonna be emailing you being like, yo, I saw that video that you put out, that shit's fire. That is not gonna happen. This is about expanding your time horizon and understanding that you're gonna be planting a lot of seeds today and you can feed off these orchards for years and years to come. And understand that this is gonna be the invisible hand that works behind the scenes in your funnels and with your campaigns. They're gonna give you an overall boost, but it's not gonna be something that's gonna be immediate. Who do you think they're gonna wanna do business with? Some dude on their news feed that they've never even heard about, or somebody that they've been watching maybe for years and feel like that they already have a relationship with this person. Attention is the new currency, and this is how you win all the chips. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like and comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.